Stable now, he knows about big time pressure, but actually imparting that on your fighter is very, very different. I know I thought Gibbs spoke really well there. Didn't show any signs of nerves or the.
Yeah, let's get ready for this shit show, right? I mean, honestly, it's a Thursday card. I'm looking forward to it. It's a Thursday card, and it's a high-profile Thursday card. Now, this whole Jake Paul, Ali, AnEsonGib fight, I don't give a fuck about. I do care about Tevin Farmer versus JoJo Diaz, Danny Roman versus Murodjon Akhmadaliev. Amanda Serrano's been added to the card. And Andrade Keeler, crazy enough, I covered Luke Keeler's last fight. Who would have thought, right? I'd be covering crazy cards like out of nowhere. So yeah, the press conference is about to start. I haven't done a video. Well, it's Tuesday. So yeah, good day to do some videos. Usually I like to take Mondays off anyway. Boxing season is upon us. And for those with the acquired taste, we got Mike Yordenis versus Mike Dallas Jr. Oh shit, we're about to start, I think.
In the suit, not many people in the YouTube world will know that Sugar Shane Mosley, one of the best to ever do it. So although we're talking about how important Vidal is to Gib, Shane Mosley can impart a wealth of wisdom. But I think, what did Gib say? That they've been together 4 years, Vidal and Gib, and I think Shane Mosley and Jake Paul have been together just a matter of months.
Yeah, so basically I think Gib was the first YouTube guy to train with Vidal. Yeah, so they've had like the longest relationship out of them all. And I think, like, you know, the fact that he's transformed Gib from a guy that does no exercise, stays in his room a lot of the time, to being a professional athlete, that chemistry, that connection, that trust in, the whole process is going to be so strong for those guys. Whereas, someone that you've only met recently, and yeah, they may have all these qualities, but if you haven't built up over time that relationship, it's, you can question it. Is it going to be as effective?
What can we read into how they both look here?
I think Jake's just releasing off that nervous energy. Like, he's trying to make up.
Shit's about to get cringe, yo. Shit's about to get real cringe up in here. So what's up with y'all? How you fucking scumbags been? I'm going to the Gary Russell fight next week. I've been in the field. That's the 3 fights. I didn't go to Danny Garcia fight. Thank God I didn't. I fell asleep on that card. I had to get up in the middle of the night to cover that shit. I started covering the Danny Garcia card. Like, I started with the whole card. I started with Steve Fulton versus Arnold Hijai. I started at like 2 o'clock in the morning and covered that shit till like fucking 5:30 a.m. I'm a fucking G. Shit. So, of course, I'm going to be covering this whole card, on a Thursday. Definitely covering the Yordenis Ugas versus Mike Dallas card. That's my shit. It's not, but, I'm going to cover that shit. And then next week, we got Gary Russell making his yearly debut. So they about to get shit. Yo, this shit going to be cringe. So wait a minute, is this just the main event press conference first? And then, they just doing these motherfuckers first? We probably gonna be here for a while. I'm going bowling tonight. That's what's up. Right? So yeah, I can't wait. I gotta tell you guys, I'm excited about this call-in show. I can't wait to hear some of you fucking degenerates' voices. No homo. I'm just saying. I can't wait to start cussing some of y'all out. I'm going to cuss you out. And y'all know I like to cuss. So we're going to be here for a while, chew the fat. We're probably going to be here. Look at the time. I put that shit up there for a reason. So it's 5:02 p.m. Eastern time. We're probably going to be here till about 7 p.m. or so. So we're going to cut back, lay loose, if that makes sense. Watch this press conference live. Yeah, you'll be able to call in from the UK. You'll be able to call in from everywhere. Now I don't got no fucking bowling shoes. Don't you? You rent them joints from there. From the bowling alley. You rent them from there. We're going to Lucky Strikes. I'm going to get some liquor, too. I haven't had some liquor in a while. So what's up? What's the deal? What are they doing?
Doing it, mate.
Okay, all right, there you go. Signed.
What would your nickname be?
I'd be Theo.
I wonder if Twilight there. Is this Twilight over here that's cut off? That's Twilight? Nah, I'm a lightweight. For those back in the day that was here when I used to be drinking, I used to be able to drink. Now I can't do it no more. You know, but then again, that's what happens. You grow up, you know. You grow up. Yeah, Gib knows that is a schnoz he got, right? That is a mean schnoz he got. One mean schnout he got on him. Can you call him from the parlor? You fucking sex deviants. Fucking deviants. Look at Eddie. You ready to earn? Oh shit, we're about to start. I don't really want to watch the Sky Sports one. I want to watch the Matchroom stream. Let's see. We're gonna watch the Zone stream. Here, let's go over here to the Zone. Hold up. We're gonna go full screen. So this is how we're gonna do it. You see what I do for you guys, man, with all this nerd technology and shit? Oh shit, look. They done started. Look, oh wait, which one is what? I don't know which one is which. Oh wait, left. There we go, that one. All right, time to start. Shh, shut up. Shut up. Shut up, Kenny.
Welcome everybody, and you ready? We're ready. Welcome everybody to Miami. Big week, Super Bowl week, and a huge fight card here on Thursday night, live and exclusively on DAZN. 2 press conferences for you today. Firstly, the madness of these guys, and then we flip to...
Oh man, we're going to be here forever. Told you, 2 press conferences. We're going to be here all night.
I was going to say 2020. It definitely is, but even of last year as well. I'm looking to kickstart a big year on DAZN, and we look forward to doing so with an exciting card on Thursday night. This world that we're living in now of YouTubers, sports stars, reality stars wanting to take part in big fights is an interesting one. Last November, we saw a staggering event at the Staples Center. KSI against Logan Paul. It was one of the biggest subscription drivers for DAZN, one of the biggest pay-per-views of the year on UK, on Sky Sports as well. And it's remarkable to see the level of interest and the eyeballs that come in and the new blood that's coming into the sport from fans watching these guys, their heroes, take part in the ring. For me, as a hardcore boxing fan, I think the most important thing is the respect that these guys give the sport. And you'll see a couple of great trainers up here. Firstly, in Vidal, who obviously got the big win with KSI, and also an absolute legend in Shane Mosley as well. These guys have put the work in. They've been up in Big Bear with Jake and AnEson in Vegas as well, putting the hard work in to try and win this fight. As long as they continue to respect the code of boxing, we're happy to welcome this new blood, this new age of fan into the sport. And we've seen that our subscriber numbers, the viewership numbers, who enjoyed the KSI Logan Paul fight, also enjoyed Anthony Joshua against Andy Ruiz too, who also enjoyed Jacobs against Chavez and other great content that DAZN have been putting out. So this is something that myself and Joe Markowski have taken a little bit of criticism for, but we're not short-sighted. We know there is a method behind this madness. We know that it's working, but at the same time, we know that we must respect the code of this great sport. And here you have 2 guys who have put the work in. I have no idea what's going to happen in this fight. In the KSI Logan Paul fight, I said many times, I think there's a few gifs floating around as well and memes, 10-ounce gloves, someone's getting knocked out. And it was 10-ounce gloves, no headgear, someone didn't get knocked out. Jake tells me this time that's not the case. And you said to me just then, I see in your eyes, you know I'm going to win. But I've got to say, there's something about you, young man. There is something about you. And I'm not sure yet, but I think you're a tough man. I think you're going to be tough to beat. But one thing I will say is, all the pressure is on you.
Fact.
All right? In this
Pressure
fight.
creates diamonds.
Okay.
Can we give it up for Eddie Hearn, by the way? Great guy.
Thank you, mate. I appreciate that. But we're going to hear from you guys shortly. Firstly, over to our partner, I'm going to tell him that he's responsible for this new YouTube invasion into boxing. Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Markowski from DAZN.
Thanks, Eddie. It's great to be
Look at my
here.
man Twilight.
Such a big
Know all about the vampires.
It's clear that the city's packed with athletes,
You'll never
celebrities,
believe he's 348
media,
years
brands. To
old.
be fair, so is this room if we're going to count Eddie Hearn as a celebrity. And appropriately, our card is no different. In addition to the championship triple header that Eddie's already mentioned, Thursday's co-main event will see Jake Paul looking to avenge his brother Logan's loss to KSI against this man to my left. Gib potentially on the way to a fight himself with KSI in the future. In terms of the interest this fight is generating for us, our pre-fight show 40 Days has already been viewed more than 4 million times on YouTube. And that's a testament, obviously, to the fan bases that these two individuals command. They're businessmen, they're content creators, and for the first time on Thursday night in Miami, they will be professional fighters. The only place you can watch it is on DAZN. Just download the app, simple process, and enjoy. I want to thank the fighters and their coaches and their teams.
There's two vampires up on that stage. Be careful, he'll suck all your blood out.
We put you through in terms of media obligations, so we appreciate that. Thank you for the buzz you guys are generating on social. It's a noisy
I bet you it was
week.
Collie
Right
Sullivan
hard
that
of it.
Solin
Everyone
that turned him.
on
He's the
Thursday
master
night.
vampire.
Thanks very much.
Thanks, Joe. We'll go to their teams now. I'm going to speak to you guys from your seats as well, so if you could pass your mics to your respective trainers. Vidal, firstly, I'll start with you. I think one of the great images of 2019 was you dropping to your knees when KSI got the victory at the Staples Center. Big week, big moment for you guys. We know you're a pro fighter and that's where your future lies, but that was a big moment for the team to get that victory.
100%. You know, we're looking to repeat the same thing in a couple of days. It was a huge win, groundbreaking event. You know, we broke through a lot of doors with it, and it was just great to come out on the winning side. So, looking to repeat the same in 2 days. We've never lost, and I intend to keep that going.
Tell us about your charge in AnEsonGib. I've seen a little bit of footage. I would say unorthodox is a word that I might use as well. But,
unorthodox.
But I've seen the improvements that he made from his first fight.
Yeah.
And I have to say, I turned on to that fight a couple of weeks ago, your first ever fight, and I was thinking, my God, this might be a little bit tricky. The second fight, the improvements.
I want those fucking numbers too.
Camp as well.
They owe them numbers to us, we the people.
Definitely. You know, the thing with Gib is, as I said before in other interviews, I'm not going to sit here and tell you he's the best boxer in the world, because he isn't, but neither was Marcus Maidana, you know, and he beat boxers way superior than him. And I feel like I can compare Gib to him because he has that rough element and he provides something that I don't think people from his community should have. You know, he has more toughness than the average YouTube guy. And I feel like that's enough for him to beat Jake, combined with pressure, combinations, the chin. You know, I've hit him hard myself on purpose just to test him, and he's taking those shots. And I don't feel like, you know, Jake's going to be able to do much with him.
I think that most people going into the first fight would have said that Logan was perhaps technically more skilled than KSI. And again, the same here with Jake. But you just feel, and a lot in the first fight was about KSI's, you know, robustness, his toughness, his will to win. Is that what it's going to come down for?
Eddie going too fucking far now.
The way KSI fought Logan, Gib fights like that, but more refined, because that's his style. You know, JJ didn't show any of that in training. He just said, you know, on the day, I'm going to battle. And he did, and he got the victory. Gib fights like that, and he's used to fighting like that. And that's why it's very dangerous for his opponent, Jake.
Thank you, Vidal. Shane, did you ever think that you would be...
It's kind of sad to see Shane at this level, yo.
A moment like this, these new age of fans. I've seen you up in Big Bear.
Yeah,
this young man looks like he's put the work in.
He's definitely put the work in. And, you know, Jake is not only just... He didn't just come to me just, you know, just randomly, like, oh, Shane, will you train me? It was more, you know, we're more friends than anything. So I've been knowing him for a couple of years now, and you know, I wanted to train him and
maybe
show
it's
him
me,
all the ropes of
but
boxing.
Did Shane always sound like this?
He showed me that he could put in the work. He showed me that he really loved the sport of boxing and that he was taking it very seriously. And I'm very happy by the progress that that Jake has done in Big Bear, and just the people he's worked with. They're impressed by him. Everybody's impressed by Jake and how he's taken to the boxing world.
Where do you lie on this whole scene? I mean, obviously you are one of the greatest fighters of all time. You have so much history in the sport. There is a lot of mixed feelings about these new age of celebrities, if you like, coming into the sport. They're bringing.
I think it's the surgery. Shane really never got beat up
with the KSI Logan Paul fight. But obviously, you see it from the inside. You see that these guys are putting the work in and do have the desire.
No, they definitely have the desire, and it's just like anybody that just comes off the street and wants to fight. And I'm not going to train you if you're not putting 100% in, mentally, physically, all the way around. You know, I'm very impressed by Jake, by his athletic ability, by his mentality, how he approaches the fight. It's like he's working harder than a lot of professional fighters that I know that come up there and work with them. He's actually outworking them. So he's definitely put the work in.
Don't brag about taking my side piece! Don't brag about taking my side piece, though!
I swear on God and them and my city, Ken NYG has just donated $1 through Super Chat. Shane Lee lol, God bless you.
He looks very good. He's strong, he's fast. I mean, he's ready to go.
I guess a lot of this is down to how both fighters deal with
Thanks,
it.
Kenny G.
Two guys that aren't experienced, you know, like most world champions going through the ropes. And ultimately, all the work that goes in is going to come down to Thursday night. People talk about Gib has to out-tough Jake Paul. Do you see that toughness from him in sparring? Do you think that he's got the cojones to mix it in there?
Oh, of course. I mean, he's been there with tough guys. I put him to the test. I didn't make it easy for Jake. Like, he has a different mentality, and he doesn't quit. It doesn't matter how hard he's been hit. He's been hit by some of the hardest fighters in the sport.
Man, I'm tired of this shit already. Y'all want to watch this shit? Well, we got to.
Like, so he's strong. He's ready to go. And
oh, my bad. I was looking up the Lost Boys.
The YouTube, the whole YouTube thing, boxing thing. It's entertainment. You know, boxing is entertainment, and you know this is a form of entertainment, and it's bringing a lot of new fans and followers to the sport of boxing. Both
the
guys.
good and the bad. Life is not always going to be fair.
I'm happy for it. I'm happy for the sport because now it's going to continue to grow and grow and grow.
Thank you, Shane. Aneson, you crazy mofo.
Hello, lad.
Right. You ready? You ready for this? This is a big moment for your career, your life, whatever it is. I remember we was at the KSI Logan Paul press conference in London. Yeah. People were throwing all sorts at the stage, and then all of a sudden I see this little man try and jump up on the stage.
Keyword little.
And I was like, who's that? It said it's Gibbs. So I thought I'm going to go and get him up there. You two came face to face, and now it's on.
It's
Miami,
on.
Thursday night.
That's
the world's
it.
watching. You're going to get in there and fight this man. You ready?
The training camp's done. I've been tested, pushed to my limits, but I'm ready to go to war Thursday.
And obviously, this experience for you, you have boxed before. We know you're 2-0 as a fighter. This is your first pro fight.
Yes, sir.
How do you see this fight going? Are you aware of people saying that he may be technically better than you?
I think that's his aim, to go for the technical approach, but when you see me fight, I'm on the rough house shit. It's going to be aggressive, relentless.
All right, fuck it. I got Gib. Gib go motherfucking fuck Jake Paul up. Jake Paul's finished.
Paul and KSI was just that two guys going into arena who were out of their comfort zone. And once the bell went, everything kind of went out the window, and it was just about who wants it more, who's tougher, who's prepared to hang in there the most. Do you need to take him to the well?
I got this guy.
Night? Do you need to take him?
I got him.
Do you think he has quit in him?
I think he's tried to select his opponents before, and this wasn't his ideal scenario for an occasion. I think he's been dreaming for bigger fights and even picking smaller opponents. So when he comes to fight me, it's definitely going to be
who y'all got.
Night.
When we talk about the build-up to this fight, a lot of the build-up and
I got him.
point scoring is not about.
Or do you got him?
Someone who's trained harder, who might be in better shape. It's more about the views and the numbers.
I'm going with this one.
And you've been very critical of Jake in that respect, saying that he's done, he's finished. For you, what does this moment mean for you as a YouTuber? Because Jake is a big name. He does have a huge following, but you've kind of come on the blind side here and could become a little bit of a sensation.
Somebody's O has got to go.
Getting this was like, I finessed my way into
Somebody gonna lose their O.
I got it without his choice or being. But when it comes to wait, repeat the question again. Sorry, I forgot. Shit, my bad.
Basically, do you think that he's finished?
There's the risk to reward.
Tell me about Jake Paul.
You hear that laughter? That's what you're going to hear on the night. You hear that laughter? That's what you're going to hear on the night.
I can't hear what you're saying.
Tell me about Jake Paul in a YouTube world. Where is he at right now?
Right now, he is in a dangerous place. The risk for him is incredibly high for this fight. For me, I've got nothing to lose. right now I've gone in, I've trained as hard as I can, but Jake is definitely in trouble if he doesn't secure the win.
How bad do you want it, Gib?
How bad do I want it? I want it fucking really bad. That's why I train as hard as I can in Vegas.
Jake, are you done? Are you finished in this YouTube world? I mean, what are you here as? Are you a YouTuber? Are you a fighter?
Yeah, no. So I mean, I'm an entrepreneur at the end of the day.
I got Gib.
When people talk to me
Team
about like
Gib.
views and stuff, I've been off the YouTube wave, but I have Baker's dozen influencers in the space that I take a percentage of. My merchandising company fulfills over 100 people's merchandise, some of the biggest influencers in the game. To me, I kind of just can do what I want, and that's why I think is what he doesn't understand is why I'm so dangerous in the ring is because I'm choosing to do this. It's something I'm passionate about. And I've caught the boxing
Andre
bug,
Keeler is the main event.
I've
Thank
been in training
God.
camp for the past 5 months, 2 a day.
He's gonna like it. He's gonna get it from a real man. Damn woman beaters. We're gonna beat that woman beater down.
Damn women beaters. Anyway, Ken NYG has just donated $1 through Super Chat. Must have learned it from his dad. Wonder if they schedule a heat game for Saturday?
I don't know, bro. Thanks.
There's a lot of course, there's a lot of pressure. Like, like Jake Paul has everything to lose, but like I'm a game time player, and I've been in this situation before with Deji. Imagine if Deji would have beat me. I've been in this exact same position before, except the difference is I think that Deji is faster, a better athlete, and a better boxer than Gib. And when Vidal says earlier, he says, "Oh, I haven't lost as a coach." That's false because you actually did train Deji as well for a period of 2 months.
Andre Keeler is the main event.
You did train him for the start of his boxing career.
You sure Andre is not the main event?
There's a lot of lies being told from their side. I'm a game time player. Pressure creates diamonds. And tomorrow,
check the description box.
You will see.
I posted that from the press release.
I think from a British perspective, what we're trying to say is, and what we're really asking is, yes, you're an entrepreneur. Yes, you've got some percentages from other YouTubers. Yes, you've been around a long time. You have a huge following. But how big are your bollocks? That's a question we want to know, because we don't want to see it now, but I've just got a feeling. I've got a feeling this guy's going to be like. How much do you want it, Jake?
Freak.
So I wrote a book called "You Gotta Want It." It was an Amazon Times bestseller. I have a tattoo right here that says "You Gotta Want It." I live my life by that motto, and I actually wanted to be a Navy SEAL before. I moved to LA.
I like Logan. I don't like this lost boy motherfucker right here, though. Logan cool. Logan got a nice jab.
Yesterday. I want it more than anyone in this room combined. There is nothing that this guy can do mentally. Like he's talking about going to war. We can chop it up any single way, but the outcome will remain the same, and that is me winning.
By knockout?
I will see how much heart he has. I think a lot of all I keep on hearing is there's something about this kid, or he's tough, or he's crazy. So, we'll see how far that takes him. I think it's only going 3 rounds. That my coach here thinks that as well. But I do see the heart he has. But I just like, this is boxing. This isn't. We're not measuring hearts here. So, and I would go as far as to say that I have a bigger heart and I have more on the line. So I'm fighting in that ring with more on my back, and that to me is exciting.
You've mentioned this isn't a one-off for you. It's something that you want to focus on and have more pro fights in. Is the plan straight up beat Gib and then fight KSI? Is that what you want?
100%. That's what I mean by like this means so much to me. Is I'm here to avenge like the family name, the Paul name. And after I beat Gib, to me he's a stepping stone, and then I'm going for KSI, and from there, who knows where the sport takes me? But I love it, and it's fun, and I'm good at it. I wouldn't just do something just to fucking do it.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you to the trainers. Jake Paul against AnEsonGib this Thursday live on DAZN across America. Do not miss it. Last time out, we had a great undercard, and we had KSI, Logan Paul. That ended up being the most entertaining fight of the night. I think you're going to see the same kind of thing here. No one knows what is going to happen in this fight. I haven't got a clue, but I know it's going to be a lot of fun. Do not miss it. We're going to pose both guys and their teams here now, and they'll be ready to see you at the weigh-in tomorrow, and we will enter our second press conference shortly. Thank you.
Maybe somebody will smack somebody. I mean, I'm going to be here. I mean, if you ain't doing shit on Thursday, you know, oh, my bad. We got to go to the face-off. Hold on. Let me shut up. Yo, security. Yo, why security touching him? I mean, if you ain't doing shit on Thursday night, you know, like what the fuck? Overall, it's a solid card with at least 2 fights that can be their own card or own main event. So overall, you know, fuck this fight. I don't give a fuck about these motherfuckers right here. Unless one of them get the shit beat out of them.
My significant other's here with me, and she was sitting in the room. She's been singing every day, bro.
My bad.
I was thinking it was just to irritate me, and then I realized she's actually a Jake Paul fan. So
does that irritate you?
No. You know what?
Where are you at?
I told you guys I
okay with it,
updated my computer. I got like a really super computer now. So I got a whole bunch of weird shit going on here.
They're not
Nerd
professional
shit.
prize fighters, boxers, but they're guys learning how to box. And
no, this is intermission. They're going to bring out the real fighters now.
Skill, and they're trying to have some fun, and they got huge followings. To each his own.
Yeah.
I mean, and this card is sensational from a boxing perspective, and for people that are
damn, Lou DeBella, you got fat.
And,
I got fat too.
Instagram people,
but I would never wear skinny jeans, man. I don't like when my jeans get like that at the bottom. I don't like when they get skinny like that. You'll never see me wearing no fucking skinny jeans.
These guys can rock into an event like this, a world championship triple header, and drive more subscribers, drive more eyeballs to the fight than these great elite athletes might do themselves.
It's a regular fight time card. It's a 9 p.m. card. For crying out loud, guys, shit.
And also that.
And then it started at 7 p.m. for the undercards.
Boxers even have to realize they're a component of the entertainment industry, and you know, sports is a subset of entertainment. Boxing is a subset of sports. So
no, I've been using a lot of IXXX lately. That's my porn go-to now.
Instagram, of Twitter. Get out there, interact with your fans as much as you can, because these guys have become superstars and they're printing money.
We go through that.
Also, XNXX. You got some good porn shit on there too.
Tevin Farmer shortly. Demetrius Andrade. A lot of people don't know a great deal about Luke Keeler, tough Irishman, good trainer in Peter Taylor, Katie Taylor's father. How good is Demetrius Andrade? I mean,
I think he's, as a pure boxer, in the top couple of fighters in the world.
Pornhub is for scrubs.
Pure boxing intellect and boxing ability.
We grown ass men up in here.
You know, I think the recent addition.
X-Hamster, you fucking, what are you like?
Brave guy.
What are you still using fucking MySpace?
Luke's going to try to do what he can to hurt him and make it a fight, and he's going to try to win. And you know what? People want to see how Demetrius reacts to a guy that's going to come right at him, and whether Demetrius takes a chance or two and maybe tries to hurt Luke. It's going to be an interesting fight. Look, the only reason. It's not just Andrade. The reason Andrade hasn't had a huge fight is because the other guys in his division.
Ew, shoot, you a fucking real degenerate. You need to be caged up. You watch the Habib show, you need to be caged up.
Maybe really the most impossible.
Cage you up, bro.
Middleweight. And guys aren't running toward him.
And throw away the damn key.
We want to see him under pressure.
In fact, you get a timeout for that.
As long as the fight goes.
Of course. Tevin Farmer against JoJo Diaz, for me, I would say one of the fights of the year. I mean, we're only in January, but, you know, this is a big moment for your guy. I was looking at some of the stats earlier. The activity that he's had, you know, he's probably the most active.
You nasty
I've seen of
ass.
any world championship.
And that's thanks, frankly, to you and Matchroom and to DAZN for keeping him one of the most active champions in boxing. They wanted this fight. JoJo wanted this fight. He needs to win this fight. It's his third shot at a world title. Tevin needs to win this fight because he wants to be a star. And through no fault of his own, you know, he's been waiting for the biggest fight he can get. This is now the biggest fight he's ever had.
This is the fight, isn't it?
This is the
To take
fight.
the profile
This is the
to the
fight
next
for
level.
Tevin to make his statement.
Habib showed us some old ass, weird, old, like when porn first got on the internet, amateur shit.
That's a terrific
You're
fight.
not initiated if you don't know about the Habib show.
Purists fight. That is an unbelievable fight. If you watch videotape of both these guys, that's going to be a war. This is a great show from top to bottom, and then you got a lot of your young talent on the show.
Sims Jr. as well.
Right,
stepping
and
up
Sims
for
is a
the
terrific talent. The kid from
There's some
Houston,
Indian dude going around fucking hood rats.
Ammo is a terrific talent.
Spino, Otha Jones.
You got Otha Jones. It's loaded with young talent. And then you got Amanda Serrano, who's getting some activity in anticipation of the Super Bowl of women's boxing that we hope will be next, assuming everything goes well.
The big one.
On Thursday night.
Finally, before we start the main press conference, your thoughts on the passing of Kobe Bryant. I mean, again, sometimes these guys, you know, lose their life so sadly, and I didn't even really follow basketball, but you listen to their story, you see the pictures of their family, and you feel like you knew them.
You know, well, we sort of did, because everybody who's followed basketball grew up with him and one of the greatest players ever to dribble a basketball or shoot it. And truly in Los Angeles and California, particularly in LA, they lost, you know, their icon. And a whole generation of sports fans lost their icon. And also a guy that, you know, it's so the sadness of him, the other people on the plane, the young girls, his daughter, a horribly sad situation, and one that's really captivated in a you know, an emotional way an entire world of sports and an entire world, frankly. And it's a sad thing, and I know our prayers go out to Kobe and everyone that loved him and his daughter and his family and the other people that perished. I work in baseball as well as boxing, and there was a great baseball coach that lost his wife and daughter on the same flight, Altobelli, nice guy. I met him a few times, and very sad thing for everybody, and our prayers are with everybody I know.
Thank you, Lou. Thanks all. We're going to break now for 1 minute. We'll be back on the live stream with the main event press conference. Thank you.
Have been injured. Which arm was it again? This one, the right one. How has your recovery been? Devin Haney, ladies and gentlemen, on our stream.
It's been great. You know, everyone's been real timid with me with my arm. Everyone has. That's like, I thank everyone for that. But you know, recovery has been great. I just started physical therapy, so my shoulder's coming along well, and I should be back in the ring soon.
Yeah, I mean, you will have a window. 2020 is going to be a big year for you.
This is live. They're setting up for the other press conference, so hang in there.
Realistically, how long before you
This is all live.
What would you say to Eddie in terms of fight date? What's a realistic goal for you?
We're taking it slow. You know, there is no rush. You know, I'm still young. You know, it's a lot of big fights out there, you know, for me, you know, and I understand that. So when I come back, I want to be 100%. You know, it's looking like, you know, I'll be back training, you know, almost full throttle in about a month and a half. Towards the end of June, early July, I'll be back in the ring.
What did you learn about yourself in the last fight? Obviously, you boxed as part of the KSI Logan Paul event, and it was the first probably sign of adversity that you had to nurse your way through a fight with one arm. Yeah. You learned something about yourself. What was the whole experience like there, having to adapt, I suppose?
Yeah. That's what it's about, you know, being able to adapt. You know, I showed that, you know, I'm a true champion, that I can fight through anything. You know, if I didn't say anything, no one would have never knew that I was injured or that I had a serious injury, you know. So, you know, I showed that I'm a true champion, I can fight through anything.
Who's on your hit list? Would you go straight into a Lomachenko fight? Do you need a warm-up? Luke Campbell's going to fight for a version of the world title. What do we think?
I want to make the biggest fights happen, you know. I've been saying this for a long time, you know, and I continue to say it. You know, if I can get a big fight, you know, as soon as I come back, then so be it. You know, I want to make it happen, but I'm ready.
I'd just say there's a load of people watching on our YouTube channel here, so choose your words carefully. Are you going to go Team Paul or are you going to go Team Gib for this one? What are you saying?
I don't really know Gib, to be honest with you. So
were you here for the presser? He said, "I'll bring that rough house." So that's that rough house stuff. That's what he said. Jake Paul's going to try and box.
I'm going with the boxer.
Okay, wait, but what about like over 6 rounds? You know, in the last one, it was just obviously KSI brought the aggression and just, you know, it was a bit wild, but that sort of like got him the decision because he sort of was the aggressor of the fight. Do you not think maybe that, you know, the guy that does that shows the more heart may have the better chance?
I think with the fighters who don't have a lot of experience, when they do go put that type of pressure on the fighter who doesn't have that much experience, they normally.
I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes, like when I'm doing like a live stream, I'll sit back and I'll see how like all this shit is, and I'll be like, damn, I built all this shit.
How hard is that? They've never done anything like that before. I mean, do you remember the first time?
I rarely give myself pats on the back, but this is crazy. Like I built all this little nerd shit right here.
At 4,
it's crazy.
And then I went to 6, so I did like 3 4s, but they never went 4 rounds. I didn't have my first it didn't go to distance until I was at 6 rounds. So I guess you could say I went from 4 to 6, straight to 6.
Like my mom came over one time and she was like, look at all these wires and all this shit.
Let's bring Theo Baker back in. Look, he's trying
they're about to start again.
But he doesn't look too happy. We're not too far away from kicking off this press conference. Theo, I just want to very quickly get your reaction. You were laughing away during that whole press conference. You were. Yeah, I mean, there was some brilliant moments in that. What did you make of the whole thing?
Who are these people?
Maybe they weren't even trying to be funny this time.
No, like I think Gib took the win.
I was having major lag issues, even when I was shooting in just 480p.
Like, I wrote a bird.
So
okay.
I got 128. I know it's crazy. As crazy as it may sound. I got 2 64 gig cards in here.
No, he wrote it. Yeah, I think.
Why is he bringing it
I think he
out?
said it had won awards. So funnily enough, I now do want to see what the book
5
is
gigabyte
about.
hard drive.
Why is in your head?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, why is he rattling around? I know. He's living in
And
there
a bunch of
rent-free.
other nerd shit.
He's got free promotion. It's unacceptable.
Yeah, but they're aiming at my sort of, my sort of mentality. I might have a look at that book, I'm old before my time, evidently. Evidently, you look at me like I'm mad. Yeah, I mean, what about the head-to-head as well?
He looked like an idiot. What was he doing? He's just making himself got a double chin, but you can't see it because obviously the beard. But he just looked wrong.
Yeah.
He didn't look right.
For me, mate, it just looked like he was it's someone that's trying to.
So yeah, this is a Thursday night card. The weigh-in's going to be tomorrow. We're going to be here for that.
Baseline behavior, he would have done.
The fights I'm looking forward to the most is Farmer versus Diaz.
He's like wanting to get away from
Danny Roman versus Murodjon
maybe looking into it.
Akhmadaliev.
I'm just seeing overall, he's not.
Third, Andrade versus Keeler. You even have Serrano. Amanda Serrano's been added to the card late.
Looks good at this sort of stuff. He always comes off with like, why is he?
And you have Anthony Sims Jr.
He tries to play that whole. He tries to be a troll. He tries to make himself look stupid, but in a way that like he's wanting to do that. Today, I think he was trying to be serious and trying to be, intellectual and like he's witty, but he just looked really cringy. It just didn't.
I got into a lot of trouble for that Vegas trip. My partners was pissed. Then not to mention I spent about how much did we? Somewhere along the lines about $5,500 in like 3 days.
It doesn't really matter.
Crazy.
But these guys aren't.
My baby mom was pissed. She even told the judge, like, he not paying.
In professional boxing.
He should be paying more child support. He need to be paying more child support. He's going to Vegas for 3 days and spending. Motherfuckers was hating. Oh, we're about to start.
Before the fight, I was told to sort of stay calm, don't go too crazy.
Let's step out here.
But in a way, that made me be someone that I wasn't. Like it made me have to almost put on a persona, and that, in effect, made me less confident, less feeling comfortable in the situation, being myself. So yeah, and then I went on to lose the press conference, and the rest happened.
Oh, y'all didn't know I was that fast, though. Y'all didn't know, so y'all thought I was some fat nigga that sit in the chair. Y'all didn't know. Yo, I'm very nimble. I can climb trees and all that shit. I'm telling you, like, I'm quicker than I look.
Now, this is what you call a fight card.
Like a cat.
Night of World Championship Boxing. World Championship triple header coming to you live on DAZN this Thursday from Miami. Super Bowl week. So much on the line for these guys. So many other great talents that we're going to be bringing up as well, which we can't even fit on this stage up here. Just a great card. When we look beneath these World Championship fights, so much talent as well. Of course, it's a pleasure to have 7-division world champion Amanda Serrano here added to the card. closing in.
I'm telling y'all, I'm fast. I'm really I'm really cat quick.
Against Taylor.
Like I got like reflexes and shit.
Guys.
I'll be out of breath. Oh, and I don't got baby lungs no more. I'm not asthmatic.
Young fighters who we're very, very proud of. Arthur Biaslanov, top young fighter. Ofer Jones, looking forward to seeing you back.
I do got a lot of past crime stories.
Can't wait to see you this Thursday.
A lot of crime stories.
And Alexis Espino, about time. We're ready for a big 2020. Great to see you. We're going to hear from all you guys.
All right, shut up. Press conference starting.
Look at this main stage. This card, I think, is so underrated. We know that everybody in boxing talks about the quality of this card, but even away from the World Championships as well. Anthony Sims Jr., the magician, taking his big first step up against Alfredo Angulo, based here in Miami. WBO Latino title on the line. It is a great 168-pound fight. And then the 3 World Championship fights are all breathtaking. Danny Roman, who is one of, again, I say, the most underrated.
Serrano is on his card. She's just not there on the stage.
The unified WBA and
maybe
IBF
not enough
Super
chairs,
Bantamweight
not enough
World
space.
Champion. We saw him in probably the fight of 2019, unification fight against TJ Dehenny.
No, not that Angulo.
Challenger for the WBA World Title. Murodjon Akhmadaliev.
That Angulo is going to fight Caleb Plant if Caleb Plant beats Vincent Fegan boots.
In world boxing today. Part of World of Boxing. I want to thank Vadim Kornilov and Andrei Rybinski. If you know your boxing, if you've watched your tapes, watch these 2 guys. It is going to be an absolute.
You heard him? He said tapes.
Super Bantamweight.
I always watch tape.
For me, one of the fights on the card, Tevin Farmer against JoJo Diaz. This fight's been brewing for a long time. It's been a pleasure.
I love me some
Tevin
tape.
Farmer and Lou DiBella, the most active world champion in boxing today. His first major breakout fight against a great young fighter in JoJo Diaz. I want to thank Golden Boy for all their cooperation on this fight. I'm so
actually, yes,
it
is about 62 degrees in here right now.
You said you were going to do last time you come face to face, which was get this fight on. This is a real fight, fans, to see this fight. Demetrius Andrade against Luke Keeler, the WBO World Middleweight Championship. A lot of people saying Demetrius Andrade, the best 160-pounder in the world today. Everybody seems to come in with a plan against Demetrius Andrade, whether it's Akavov, whether it's Maciek Zulecki. They can't win rounds against him. They can't win minutes against him. They can't win seconds against him, let alone win a fight against him. This time, he has an interesting opponent, someone I know a lot more about than the others. Luke Keeler, WBO ranked number 2, very tough, very game, the absolute opportunity of a lifetime. And if you know anything about Ireland, if Luke Keeler pulls this off, he will go home as an absolute hero. Great trainer in Peter Taylor, great team in MTK Global as well. And this is a great underrated fight. Luke Keeler is going to be giving it everything to try and become world champion on Thursday night against the excellent Demetrius Andrade. Before we bring some guys up to the stage, I want to pass over to our partner, of course, Joe Markowski.
My man Twilight.
For Joe and all the fighters that we introduced. Thank you.
348-year-old vampire right there, looking good, ain't he? No homo. Well, he is a young vampire.
In 2019, our first full year in boxing here in the United States, I'm proud to say DAZN was home to every single one.
Suck all y'all blood out.
ESPN's year-end boxing awards. Fighter of the year, fight of the year.
Won't have a drop left.
Knockout of the year, and last but not least, prospect of the year. We look forward to delivering another stellar year in 2020 to our subscribers, and to kick things off, this week's championship triple header marks the deepest card of the short boxing year so far.
That turned back in the 1600s.
To make a big statement on a big stage and lure the biggest names in the division into what will be career-defining matchups later in the year. Tevin Farmer and JoJo Diaz, a mouth-watering clash, complete grudge match. Looking forward to that one. A guy in Danny Roman, as Eddie said, who's been a DAZN fighter since our DAZN launch.
That camera is far away. Now I think about it.
Fighter in Akhmadaliev.
Oh shit, we got some Zoom action. Y'all see that?
It's a big week, but we're cutting through.
He watching the chat. He heard y'all.
Week of the Super Bowl, you can ask for a bigger stage. So thank you to everyone in attendance, and we'll see you all on Thursday night.
I covered Luke Keeler last fight. If y'all watch my fucking videos,
as we said,
then y'all would know.
Fight of the year, the century, maybe the entire sport could be approaching us in Katie Taylor against Amanda Serrano, but so many young fighters are coming through.
Thursday because they're trying to capitalize off of the Super Bowl
most
traffic
exciting
that's
charges
down there in
the UK,
Miami.
Fights for the WBC World title next week against Eva Wallstrom, Shannon Courtenay. So many young fighters on our roster, and I'm delighted to welcome up a young lady who has embarked on a career. She's at early stages of her career, already undefeated, part of the MTK team, and based here in Miami. Ladies and gentlemen, Avril Matthew.
Who is this woman? Hey.
Hello.
Go for it. Stage is yours.
Hey, mama.
Hi, guys. Thanks for coming. I'm really excited to be fighting on this show. It's a huge fight show in Miami, probably one of the biggest that's ever come here. So, yeah, it's going to be an amazing night. And I'm, just super thrilled to be fighting.
Y'all keep fucking around. Y'all gonna get me too'd. Damn. Y'all about to get me too'd out in here,
and,
you Weinsteins.
Now a young fighter,
y'all
hungry
ain't
individual,
shit.
One of the top young prospects I've seen coming out of Canada, Arthur Biaslanov.
Somebody me too Renee Shakur. Cool name, but somebody me too him.
Hello everyone. Thanks for coming out. First of all, I want to say
you about to
Miami,
get canceled, bitch.
First time here. Beautiful place, great atmosphere. I want to thank Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing, for always being well organized and always having top-notch shows. I also want to thank my manager, Keith Conley, and my boxing team. We had a great training camp, and we're more than ready. Come Thursday night, we'll show you why they call me the Wolf. Thank you.
I want to now bring up a young man from Houston. This guy is a real character. Punches so hard, such a limited amateur career, but just flew through the USA rankings. I believe this man is a former world champion for sure. Great
You know, I
personality,
never
great
buy
individual.
anything expensive,
Do not
and
want to
since
miss
I
him
barely
fight
leave the
on
house,
Thursday night, ladies and
I
gentlemen,
want some
Austin
Gucci
Ammo
slippers.
Williams.
Is that a crime? I'll just wear them all day. I don't go nowhere.
Thank you, everybody, for being here. I want to say, going through the amateurs so fast, I had to just find a way to get the job done, win the fights. But now I got a lot of time to, relax and learn my style. And I've got a lot more resources, more coaches, better sparring and things like that, where I can actually develop my own style. And this year, this decade,
just started,
I think, is gonna
Nigel.
be my decade.
Well,
because
this
now I'm
second
not
half of
just
the press
going to finish
conference.
the job.
We've been here all night.
I'm gonna let my new style emerge that I'm bringing to the game.
That's for
bring
Jake
something
Paul.
new that the new generation will want to mimic. I think we see a lot of the same things in the sport today. And
I forgot.
just
What
like
was
Matchroom
Keither
is going on to
Sutherland,
do something very
Lost Boy
innovative
name?
for the sport.
What was
And
his
it's
name?
It's time for Emma to come out and do something new. So thank you guys for checking me out all the time and watching. And everybody who's going to be there Thursday night, expect fireworks.
Well done, Ammo. This young man I'm about to bring up now is in the Robert Garcia gym.
And plus,
I
the
think at this
Lost
point,
Boys was the shit.
We should also remind ourselves of the thrilling fight card we have on February the 29th in the Ford Center in Frisco, Dallas, where Mikey Garcia will fight Jesse Vargas. Also, Calya Fire will defend his world championship against Chocolatito. And our new star from Mexico, Julio Cesar Martinez, will defend his WBC flyweight championship against Wales's Jay Harris as well. Joseph Parker, Murat Gassiev on the card as well. February 29th on DAZN. It's a banger. At this time, probably the most exciting young fighter. We can't even call him an exciting young fighter anymore because he is a world champion. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for the outstanding future Hall of Famer, future multi-weight world champion, future superstar, Devin Haney, ladies and gentlemen, in the house here.
Michael is Jason Patrick. He'd be like, Michael!
Right.
Join us,
This man out
Michael.
of Robert Garcia's gym is an outstanding young fighter. Like Ammo Williams, had a limited amateur background, but has already come through being very, very exciting. huge puncher, such an exciting young talent. Ladies and gentlemen, from Las Vegas, Nevada, Alexis Espino.
Good afternoon, everybody. I haven't been like that fighting a lot because of my last canceled fights. Not to me, but due to my other opponents. And I've had a lot of time to been working on different things that I wanna show you guys. Shout out to everybody that supports me and always sees my fights and knows that I'm good. You know, I'm real excited for this fight. This is my first time in Miami, and you know, I'm here to put on a show. And you guys gonna see me. You guys gonna see something different because I'm different, and I believe that. Thank you.
Thank you, Alexis. Alexis also part of the February 29th card in Dallas, coming through on Thursday night cleanly. This young man has got boxing in his blood out of the Soul City gym, one of the top young fighters. He's already boxed stateside here as a pro and also in London. We flew him over. He was absolutely electric, lit up York Hall in Bethnal Green. The UK fans love him. The US fans love him as well. He's got a huge future in the sport. Ladies and gentlemen, from Toledo, Ohio, Otha Jones.
Good afternoon. Let me adjust this. That's good. Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for coming out. First of all, I want to give a shout out to Split Team Management. Shout out to Soul City Boxing. Shout out to the Zone. Shout out to Eddie for getting me on his card. Shout out to my sister that came out and supported.
Bruh, y'all make me sick. Y'all ain't shit. You know that? Y'all make me sick.
The spot on the USA
you sicken me.
Well, where do I start, man? A lot of good talent on this card. We got the slick Tevin Farmer, Demetrius Andrade. Hold on, a little backstory. I was at the Devin Haney fight when he first got his title. Yeah, I see you. Shout out to Devin Haney too. Yeah, I think I was getting something to drink, and I seen Demetrius Andrade. You know, he's like, "Hey, Otha, I'm talking to me. You know me?" I was just shocked, and you know, it's good to be on this card with him, and good to show my talent with all these good talents, and I'm ready to show that I'm one among these talents, all up here, just like they up here. I'm gonna be up here one day just like them, and I'm gonna show that. Thank you.
Thank you, Otha, and thanks all the young members of the team. It's always a pleasure to work with you guys. So excited about your futures. This young lady is definitely not a prospect. She has already established herself as one of the biggest stars in the sport, male or female. It's irrelevant. 7-division world champion, Amanda
Demetrius
Serrano.
Andrade's shirt is a Mandela effect. What if I told you Darth Vader never said that? Go watch the movie. Boom, that'll blow your fucking mind.
Hey guys, I know this is a last minute thing. I just found out last week I'm on the show, and who wouldn't want to be on this incredible show with these great champions? And I'm going to show I'm one of these great champions. Thank you so much, Lou DiBella, Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing, and DAZN for squeezing me in this great show. And come Thursday night, gonna be a great fight. I'm ready. I was training for an MMA fight, but I got canceled, so I squeezed my way in here. And come Thursday, I'm gonna do like I always do, give a hell of a show. And once I pass this fight, then it's Katie Taylor. Take me to UK. Yeah. So let's get to this one first.
Thank you, Amanda.
That New York thing of women like wearing dresses
now.
with sneakers,
Again,
it was always confusing to me.
WBO Latino Super Middleweight Championship. Anthony Sims Jr., what a fighter, what a character, but now it gets very, very real. This is a proper fight to take him to the world rankings, to take him to World Championship fights in 2020. His opponent, the current WBO Latino champion, Alfredo Angulo.
Roman, look. He said the wrong Angulo. And he's a black man.
Right here.
Buenas tardes aquí a todos los presentes. Primero que todo, muy agradecido con Dios por esta oportunidad. Con todos los representantes que han hecho que esta pelea se lleve a cabo. Y pues nada.
That ain't no Alfredo. My man blocking in the ace of spades.
Brindar un bonito espectáculo a todos los presentes y a los que puedan ver la transmisión a través
I ain't never seen no Alfredo that black.
Muchísimas gracias por esta oportunidad y esperamos seguir aquí dándole unas muy buenas peleas y un muy buen espectáculo. Gracias.
All right, I'll give it a try. Very happy to be here. First of all, thank God for this opportunity. Looking forward to giving a great show in front of all these great boxers. And I look forward to giving my best.
El Negro.
And thank you very much.
Thank you, Roma. Thank you, Roma. As I said, this young man, they call him the magician. If you ever see him train, watch those feet. He's a joy to watch. And now, as I said before, he's been a pleasure to work with. He's boxed all around the world, boxed in the UK, has a huge fan base in the UK. I believe he can be a major, major star of the sport. And now it's time to get real in these big fights and see what he's made of. And we believe plenty. Ladies and gentlemen, a magician, Anthony Sims Jr.
Oh my God, we've been here like 2 hours. 53 minutes, but it feels like 2 hours.
What's up with it? Since we're telling stories, I got a story about Devin Haney. All right, I'm going to go ahead and tell the story real quick. So I'm at Devin's house, kicking it. And I walk by and I say, man, this is a nice fox statue you got right here. And he's like, we ain't got a fox statue. I'm like, it's right here. I'm looking at it. So I turn around and I look back and it's gone. Right? So I look up and it's up on the wall. And I'm like, man, give me a broom. I'm about to knock this boy right out the window. She starts screaming and stuff. I'm like, man, calm down. I line it up. So I hit it, knock it into the pool. His dad gets home and don't believe there's a fox in the house. He thought I was just breaking shit. Yeah. So that's my story. But
I wish I could leave
DAZN,
TstreeT, but you know, man, I got a job to do. This is my shift.
With the skunk and all that junk. I like to have a good time, sticking and moving and grooving. And for those who don't know, yes, I am Latino. Yes, I know. My mother's Cuban. For my Latinos, para mis Latinos, gracias por la oportunidad. Mi español es muy malo. Pero mi español es muy malo porque mi madre no enseñó mi español. Pero ella enseñó mi la pelea. Sí. Gracias, WBO, DAZN, Eddie, Matchroom, everyone again. All my UK mates, I love you guys. You know, lemon squeezer bros, love you guys. Yes, right, mate. And, you know, they always talk about me fighting better opposition. It's my opportunity. I feel like this is my time. It has come. I'm well prepared. And expect a funky, groovy night, baby. Yeah.
I'm getting tired of all these damn stories.
Oh, gracias.
Shit. Somebody better spit on somebody or slap somebody or something.
Well done, Anthony. Okay, we go to our World Championship fights. As I said before, this fight is, for me, could steal the show on the card. The WBA, the IBF World Super Bantamweight Championships against the fine champion, Daniel Roman, and Murodjon Akhmadaliev, one of the most talented amateur fighters coming out in recent times out of the Uzbekistan team, has already looked sensational as a professional. And as I said, Danny Roman coming off the back of a fight of the year against TJ Dehenny. Welcome up to the stage now, the challenger for the WBA and IBF World Super Bantamweight Championship, Murodjon Akhmadaliev.
Really looking forward to this fight. Let me tell you guys, boxing fans, all jokes aside, this is the fight of the night, in my opinion. This and Farmer versus Diaz.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for coming out to support this event. I want to thank.
Don't say fan, say supporter.
World of Boxing and
but thanks, man.
Eddie Hearn and Matchroom, my manager Vadim Kornilov, all my team, my coaches. Thank you so much for showing up, and see you January 30.
Thank you, Murodjon. And now we move to the champion. I want to say a special thank you to Alex Campanova and Thompson Boxing as well, our partners, on what has been a great run for this individual. Like I said, one of the first fighters to sign to Matchroom Boxing USA and DAZN.
This is a pretty good card, like for real, outside of Paul versus Gibb.
Super Bantamweight World Champion, Danny Roman.
Good afternoon, everyone. I want to thank Eddie Hearns, Matchroom Boxing, and Thompson Boxing for making this possible. I'm excited to be among champions. The card with.
Nah, I'm going to a bowling alley that closes at 10 p.m.
And you know what? With all due respect for the champions and the fighters, but I'm gonna make it my night. It's gonna be.
There may be a video game stream on this channel real early in the morning.
My opponent, he's a hungry fighter, but I became a unified champion last year in April, and we're gonna keep it like that. Thank you.
Thank you, Daniel. Murodjon. It's going to be a great, great fight. This is also a great, great fight. I remember being at the Danny Jacobs and Canelo fight, and these two came together face to face. We promised we'd make this fight.
Nah, probably Red Dead and UFC,
Boy,
maybe Call of Duty.
Depends.
Depends.
Thank you to JoJo Diaz, his manager and team, as well for making this fight. And Tevin Farmer, who I've known him for a long, long time. And when you think about success stories, and you can even call it a comeback story, this guy lost many fights on the way through. He never.
Well, the YouTubers are on the card to sell the sell tickets. It's Super Bowl weekend. Let's get through the press conference. We're going to talk about
always
it.
Believing in himself, and he's now stands.
So once again, this is all live, real time,
champion
live.
In boxing today as the IBF Super Featherweight World Champion. But on Thursday night, he has by far the biggest test of his career so far. One of the top.
I'll be playing Blackout tomorrow.
World title challenger and an excellent fighter who has had a great camp, ready to go. Ladies and gentlemen, the challenger.
I haven't played in
for
about
the
2
IBF
months or so.
Super Featherweight World Championship, JoJo Diaz.
Blame Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather killed the last EA Sports Fight Night. He killed it.
What's going on, everyone? First off, I want to thank Eddie Hearn. I want to thank Joe DAZN, my manager, Ralph Heredia, Golden Boy Promotions, my father.
And they packed up their talents and went to UFC.
Daryl Hudson.
Thank you, Floyd.
For getting me ready for this fight. It's the toughest fight today. I know that this is a big fight. It's a big fight for myself, and it's a big fight for just my journey and my career. I've been through a lot of ups and downs in my career. Been through a lot these past few years, and that made me the person that I am today and the fighter that I am today, both physically and mentally. And I'm mentally prepared for Tevin Farmer. I know that Tevin Farmer is a hell of a fighter. I know that he's a very slick defensive fighter. But
I don't play no
come
fucking
Thursday night,
FIFA.
I'm ready to dethrone him. I know that he's already made his 4th defense. This is his 5th defense, and there's a lot to lose. There's a lot at stake for both of us. I mean, sink or swim for me, and it's a lot to lose for him as well because he has a lot on the line. He's been talking a lot of shit. I've been talking a lot of shit. So we're both going to be backing it up. We're both going to be duking it out. So I'm really excited for this fight, man. I'm excited that we both finally agreed to all the terms. And that this fight is.
Why would I have to fight anybody on YouTube when I'm the king? And I don't have to fight anybody on YouTube.
It's just history in the making, and I'm just happy to be alive and to be a part of it.
I would though.
Tevin Farmer,
but don't
I
have
hope
to.
you're sleeping with that bout, man, because 2 more days that shit's gonna be mine. Thank you guys. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, JoJo. Before we hear from Tevin, I'm going to call up his.
I'm not saying nothing's wrong with FIFA, but it's just not my thing.
It's been a pleasure.
You don't see me walking around with a
speak
fucking
to Luke
Nintendo
probably 2 or 3
Switch.
times a day, and that's along with the 8 or 9 missed
Smash Brothers and shit.
To moan at me about something else, but he's very passionate at what he does. He works hard for his fighters. Coming up to the Hall of Fame as well. Been in the sport of boxing a long, long time, and he's ready to go with his charge on Thursday. Ladies and gentlemen, Lou DiBella.
Thank you, Ed. There's a tremendous amount of boxing talent to my left and to my right, and there's also Joe Markovsky. No, this is an unbelievable card, and Joe and DAZN should be proud of putting it together. It's got something for everybody. There was a press conference right before this with the YouTube dudes, and there's a lot of people I know that want to see that. It's getting a lot of heat. There's talent from the first bell rings and the first match of the night going through. And there are tremendous fights, and I think the best fight of the night could very well be JoJo and Tevin. I got tremendous respect for this kid. He can fight his rear end off. He never gives less than 110%. He comes forward, he makes a fight. He asked for this fight, he made it happen.
Yeah, he got his crazy eye fixed.
Tevin's not one to walk away from a challenge, and Tevin got on an airplane to get in this kid's face. And that's frankly because Tevin knew something. He needed a big fight. He needed a guy to fight that was going to make some noise, that was going to get the attention of the boxing industry and give him the credit he deserves for the great fighter I think he is, and he knows he is. And this kid's going to bring it, and it's going to be a war. And that's what it's all about. Let's have some fun. Look forward to Thursday night, Miami Fight Night. Thank you all. And the IBF champion of the world at 130 pounds, Tevin Farmer.
I ain't got much to say today. You know, every time I come out to speak, I have a lot to say. Today I keep it real simple. First I'm gonna start off by saying I'm gonna beat JoJo ass flat out. I felt like I'm at another level. But I want to thank Eddie Hearn, Lou DiBella, Matchroom, and DAZN for giving me the opportunity to be active and be on this
Tevin
big
Farmer
card.
was
It's
on my
such a big
shit
card.
list. We cool now,
A
though.
lot of talent on this card.
At least he cool with.
When I
I'm
first heard
cool
about
with
this
him.
card,
Or at
and
least I
the people that
squashed
was
the
on
beef.
card,
that
I'm like,
makes-
wow. It's amazing.
I was the one that
I
knew we
y'all
had
probably
beef.
saying the
He
same
didn't
thing
know,
about me.
but it's
It's
squashed
amazing
now.
to be on here with me, but it's amazing to be on here with them.
'Cause I say it's
I
squashed.
feel amazing. I don't feel drained. I don't feel sucked in. I don't feel dried out. As y'all can see, I still got my water. A day before the weigh-in, my weight is on point. I'm already on weight. And Miami weekend, I hope JoJo ready, because I'm ready. I've been ready. And when he got up here, I feel like he should have thanked me too, because I'm the one who gave him the opportunity to fight. You know, I could have fought somebody else, but I wanted to fight him. He a hell of a fighter. And I think he's going to bring it. I hope he will. Because honestly, I'm tired of sweeping people out. I'm tired of killing everybody every round. I'm looking for a challenge. And I'm hoping to be him. I hope we get a fighter tonight. But I don't think so. I think it's going to be a clean sweep. Thank y'all.
Thank you, Tevin and JoJo. It's going to be a great fight, IBF Super Featherweight Championship of the World. We now move to the WBO Middleweight Championship of the World. And there's going to be a little bit of support in the house from Ireland on Thursday night for Luke Keeler. I was on the plane today. There was 7 or 8 coming in, more coming in tomorrow. There's going to be a nice bit of noise in the arena for him. We've known Luke Keeler a long time. He was on one of our shows once. He had one of the best 2-round fights I've ever seen against Tom Duran. Unfortunately, he battered Tom Duran from pillar to post, then walked onto a left hook from nowhere to lose that fight. And I always felt that he was an exceptional talent that could go on and challenge for world titles. But when he took that loss, I wasn't sure whether he'd come back. The comeback has been exceptional. He's been virtually faultless ever since. He's climbed his way up to the WBO rankings. Now sits at number 2 after a dominating performance over Luis Arias last time out, who's a good fighter in his own right as well. The challenger on Thursday night from Ireland, Luke Keeler.
Come on, Luke. Talk some big money shit.
Thanks everyone for coming.
Tell me you're going to fuck him up.
Thank me team, Eddie for putting me on the show, Matchroom, MTK, me coach Pete Taylor. You might look at my record and think like it's a tale of two halves. The last 2 years I went full time. Before that I worked, and I wasn't the same for you, you know. So looking at this as an easy touch for Andrade, but I'm on a different level altogether, even since the last fight. Andrade, he stepped up to middleweight and he hasn't been performing, you know. He's calling himself the greatest, but he hasn't shown it, you know. And I'm going to prove now, Thursday night, that he's not the greatest, you know. He's not this good.
Thursday night.
I label him delusional,
I like that.
and he got a
Thursday.
bit upset about that. I think I'm getting under his skin. But it's just the facts, you know. He's not producing at middleweight, and I'm just coming into me prime. I'm 32, but I'm fresh, you know. I think this long 10 years as a pro for
I
Andrade
missed
is
it. He don't
slowing
got
down.
slippers on.
I don't see him producing.
I wasn't paying attention.
He's not entertaining for the fans, you know. He's struggling, and like he's
People
talking
don't be
about
having no
greatest, and
code,
it's not
man.
happening, you know.
It's certain shit just in life you don't do.
Moving around is not going to do any good on Thursday night. I'm going to take the belt home to Ireland.
Let me see his footwear. He better not have showed up to that press conference.
I look forward to pulling off the upset. Thanks.
Oh, no, Luke.
Thank you,
No,
Luke.
those are loafers.
The man they say is maybe the most avoided man.
Those
in world
are
boxing
loafers.
today. making another defence of his world title, 2 division,
He got the old Navy leg.
world champion, current reigning WBO middleweight champion of the world, Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade.
Luke, I am your father. Miami, nah, getting jiggy with it. Cheer. Listen, man, it's an honor for me to be here, and everybody else too. It's an honor to be here on this card, man. Listen, we're kicking off, punching off Miami weekend, Super Bowl weekend. I mean, it's great. You know, definitely feel like some Will Smith in here right now. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to Miami where the players play all night, all day, big day. Welcome to Miami. Aye. I'm working on it, man. But now, I mean, listen, you know, Luke Keeler, just like everybody else, I say the same old thing. They always got the game plan. They always got the strategy, but they always end up short. Spent some time down here in Miami. It's like my second home. And listen, I'm ready to, you know, do what we've been doing. That's winning, putting on beautiful boxing, you know, exposing people to the talent that's on this card. It's going to be great. God bless everybody on the card. I hope everybody do their thing. You know, they walk out the ring as they come in. And let's put on a show, man. That's it, you know. And Luke, I am your father. I am your father, Luke. Unfortunately.
Thank you, Demetrius. Thank you for everyone to attending today. We're going to have head-to-heads with the championship fights up here now on the stage. Tomorrow, be ready for the weigh-in after party as well on us, I believe. We're paying for that, right? Oh, dear. Make sure you're there to enjoy yourself. Super Bowl week. Do not miss this card. If you haven't got DAZN yet, what on earth are you doing? By far the best value for fight fans in world, the best schedule in world boxing, and we kick off a massive 2020 with an exceptional fight card, World Championship triple header, Miami Thursday night. Don't miss it. Thanks for tuning in.
All right, we're going to recap this. You see this guy right here, little guy? That's Ant Lever. He's in charge of all the like Matchroom media. Damn, I was going to say something else, but I can't. But yeah, we're going to recap this press conference. And what we're going to do is I'm going bowling tonight. And then tomorrow is a full day of boxing. So I got a lot of preview videos to do. The weigh-in for this card is tomorrow. So we're going to be streaming that. It's a mild week in boxing, especially since the Jose Ramirez versus Victor Postol fight was canceled because of the coronavirus. Remember that fight was supposed to be this week. So it's outside of this card, which is on a Thursday. You got you got Yordan Ugas versus Mike Dallas, PBC on FS1 on the 1st. And yeah, pretty much that's it. That's it. I finally, for those who have been asking, people have been really bugging me like, yo, TstreeT, where's the call-in show and all the type of shit like that. Listen, if you guys notice, I run a pretty intricate setup here. So to be able, people not running this shit like I'm running this shit, the ones that have call-in shows. So for me to add a call-in show to this, I want to add the call-in show. For example, if you guys call in and you say, hey, TstreeT, pull up such and such on BoxRec. And his record, I want to be able to do all that shit live real time. So it's not easy for me to be able to bring that type of, a call-in show. No, it's not. I got Skype. You're missing what I'm saying. I had to make sure I had the equipment to do it. So therefore, it's no lagging. I want to be able to have everything I'm doing right now, but with the calls. You see what I'm saying? So it's not as easy as you may think it is. Like when it comes to technology, I had to go to recently I just upgraded to gigabyte internet. You know, it's a lot of work. Guy got the good camera. So yeah, it's also the beginning of the year. You know, we've made so much progress in 2019 that like it's crazy that we're here where we are right now today. You know? And it's unfortunate. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I'm not into doing videos on tweets and shit. You know how people will do like such and such reacts to this and all that. I don't do videos like that no more. I can't do it. It's not me. It's not who I am as a person. You know? I don't want to be doing videos on every little thing unless it's some old like big major shit or like significant news. So for example, like smaller stories, but like it's a significant story in boxing was the Alejandra Jimenez fight or her failed drug test. But I don't want to do Joshua videos. I don't want to do Wilder, Spence, Crawford, who else? Canelo. I don't want to do those videos every day. Yes, I know those are Angel Ruiz. Yes, I know those videos are big money makers. You know, they bring in lots of views. I don't want to do them every day. I'm sorry. I don't want to hold myself out for views. I don't want to do it. I'm not going to do it. I can't do it. I can't see how, you know, like some shit come out. Oh, breaking news, such and such response to such and such tweet, and this is what I can't do it. I'm sorry. I just don't see it. It's not in me. But one thing you can rely on is on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday nights. If they're major fights, you can't. Saturday nights belong to me. Period. Like that's not even an argument anymore. Like post-fight videos, people can't fuck with me. Like that's my shit. That's my niche. That belongs to me. But in regards to doing like 6-hour streams on like, you know, fight commentary or doing videos on every little piece of news that's coming out, that's not where we're going. But one thing for sure is I've built something that you're going to see the benefits of in a couple of days. I can't tell you what it is now because I need you to see it. And I've talked about on my podcast and things like that over the last year or so. And things are really, really moving along. I've been keeping things. This is the best I've been in my adult life in like keeping things close to the chest. You know? I don't talk about my moves like anymore like I used to. Not anymore. Those days are long gone, my friends. So where do we do? Where do we start? Let's start with this card. Let's go over this way. No, this way. Let's go over this way and let's go to the card. Stop that, stop that, stop that. And let's talk about it. So let me tell you why I'm hype about the card. Now, here's the card. Now, Amanda Serrano was supposed to have a mixed martial arts fight, but it was canceled. So, therefore, she's ended up on this card against a Now, it's a late replacement in women's boxing, so you know it's going to be bad. 17 and 14. This is not that girl that cried. Did she cry? That's not her. I've never seen this girl fight before, but this is who she's fighting. 17 and 14 with 6 KOs from Brazil. Anthony Sims Jr. I'm really looking forward to this fight right here. Danny Roman. Here, let me pull up my rankings, FightView360.com, that I have to update this weekend. Hold on. Yeah, I got the phone number, call-in show, and everything. It's all pretty much done. You know, but I haven't done a test run yet. So let's go to 100 and... Sorry, I'm rushing. I'm going bowling in about 2 hours. I'm going bowling at 8 p.m. and they close at 10 p.m. Look at the top of the screen here. You'll see it's 6:17. So still got to wash my ass and all that shit. So here is the 122-pound division. The first major significant fight on this card that's happening on Thursday, a championship fight between Danny Roman, 27-2-1 with 10 KOs, versus Murodjon Akhmadaliev, 7-0 with 6 KOs. Now, these two were supposed to fight before, but they didn't because he had an injury, meaning Roman had an injury. So here's the 122-pound division. The reason why it's significant is because you just saw Steve Fulton this weekend, Stephen Fulton of Philly, fight Arnold High Guy on the undercard of Danny Garcia versus Ivan Rakic. So the rankings haven't been updated yet by the WBC, WBA, IBF, and WBO. But as you can see, he was ranked very high, and Steve Fulton just beat him. So Steve Fulton is talking about going after the WBO title, but we're wondering if Fulton will be ordered to fight Pagara in a final eliminator to be the WBO mandatory. Anyway, the reason why this fight is significant is because here you have Murodjon Akhmadaliev, ranked number 1 by the WBA, and rest assured, if he was to beat Danny Roman, obviously he would be champion, but it would be big rumblings in the 122-pound division. By the way, Ray Vargas is now with PBC. Navarrete is fighting on the undercard of Wilder versus Fury 2 against Gio Santissimo. And basically the reason why the Roman fight is significant is because he holds 2 titles. So therefore, if Akhmadaliev, who has a very good amateur background, were to win, he would be the number 1 guy in the 122-pound division. So, pardon me, man, I'm rushing through things. TstreeT more like Soft Street. What? What are you talking about? Don't you ever insult me. Son of a bitch. I'll kick your ass, man. Anyway. So, sorry if I'm rushing through. You know, I got to go bowling. So the next fight, Tevin Farmer versus JoJo Diaz, a fight that I've been salivating for. And I gotta be honest with you, if Tevin Farmer were to win, it would be the biggest win of his career, in my opinion. A fresh, young, and hungry pressure fighting power puncher. It's a 50-50 fight, in my opinion. 130 pounds. Damn it, did I close it out? Damn, I fucked up. Ah, shit. I'm not streaming from no fucking bowling alley. Kiss my ass, man. So here's the 130-pound division. Miguel Bercho is going to be taking on Oscar Valdez. That date could be April. That's a date that I'm hearing, April. Leo Santa Cruz versus Tank Davis is looking like it's going to be May on pay-per-view. Tevin Farmer taking on JoJo Diaz. JoJo Diaz has vacated the WBA gold, which the fucking gold title has no definition. Jamel Herring is going to be taking on Carl Frampton in March in Belfast, Ireland. So basically, you have 3 titles that can be unified. Leo Santa Cruz being an exception because, well, PBC. But the plan is for the winner of Burchell versus Valdez to fight the winner of Herring versus Carl Frampton. And then the winner of that, depending on what Tevin Farmer wants to do, if he's going to stay at the division or move up. Now, 135 is completely cramped. We're not even going to talk about that. That's just a whole, different animal right there. But right now, Tevin Farmer needs a big fight. He needs a significant fight, and JoJo Diaz is that fight. If he was to win, his stock is going to rise with a lot of hardcore fans and me myself, because frankly, looking at him, he hasn't been doing anything. And even though Kenichi Ogawa failed the drug test, people were like, yo, he won that fight, but he failed the drug test. So how would he have, Robert Easter is at 140. But you see him in these rankings. I don't control this. These are the official WBC, WBA, IBF, and WBO rankings, so they still have him ranked. I don't control that, bro. You see what I'm saying? Just like Jeff Horn is ranked at 160 pounds, correct? But I was just talking to a colleague about that. But he's competing at 154 pounds. You see what I'm saying? And he's going to be fighting Tim Tszyu likely next, who's at 154 pounds ranked. Tank versus Leo not happening. Tank can't make weight. Well, we don't know that yet, but PBC has got to a point where Tank Davis makes too much money for him to be fighting on Showtime or PBC on Fox, not against well-known named opponents. So, they got to get a big fight for him. By the way, we're going to be getting out of here in about 10 minutes or so. Tomorrow, we're going to be here for the weigh-in. We're going to be here streaming. Damn. Let me open up my email real quick. See what time this weigh-in start. Anybody know? Fuck it. We're going to look it up right here. Duh. We're already in that. We're already in the app. Let's see what time this weigh-in start tomorrow. Something telling me it's going to be 1 p.m. tomorrow, Wednesday. 5:30 p.m. The weigh-in is late tomorrow. So on the zone, the weigh-in for the card is at 5:30. Normally weigh-ins, especially on the East Coast, are like 1 p.m. or some old shit. But it is Miami. It is Florida. Florida has their own athletic commission. No, Rob. This is here East Coast. Look, it's right here. 5:30 p.m. Weird. Well, shit. I get to chill tomorrow. So let me check. Hopefully there's no other media events tomorrow, man. I've been drowning in boxing content, guys. Like drowning in shit. Yeah, we good. We good. Yeah, you was way up. But usually, no. On the East Coast, they're usually at about no later than 1 p.m. or 3 p.m., depending if it's like Madison Square Garden. But remember, this is in Florida. They never have, they rarely have boxing events in Florida. So something with their athletic commission is allowing the weigh-in to be at 5:30. It's weird. That's a late weigh-in for an East Coast fight. A late weigh-in. They're usually not that late. And remember, we got Yordenis Ugas, whose card is on Saturday night. Hold on, I'm checking something real quick. Well, I'm going to be here streaming that shit. Is Crawford versus Canelo possible? I don't think so, bro. PBC Countdown. I'm going to watch this. Caleb Plant versus Vincent Feigenboots. A lot of people are going to give Caleb Plant shit, but I can give him shit because Vincent Feigenboots is his mandatory. I don't give fighters shit for fighting their mandatories. This is the PBC schedule. So on Saturday, February the 1st at 4:30 p.m., the second episode of Inside Wilder vs. Fury 2 premieres. episode number 2. And PBC Countdown, Wilder versus Fury 2. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Is Subriel Matias ranked at 140? That was an eliminator. So yes, he still is ranked at 140. So what's weird is you have Opinion. I gotta change this A is a U. Right here, I gotta change this. This A is a U. Chong Song is going to be fighting Josh Taylor no later than May. But Subriel Matias, who, unfortunately had beat Maxim Dadashev in a IBF eliminator, that Maxim Dadashev, rest in peace, died after that fight. So what happened here? And he just fought, because I looked it up, he had a fight after Dadashev, if I'm correct. Yeah, right here. Weird. So, but this is weird. Because remember, when he fought Dadashev, it was an IBF eliminator. But Chong Song is the current mandatory. So is he going to be the next mandatory after? Is Fox ESPN episode the same? What do you mean? In fact, let me do something real quick that I haven't done that I want to check out. Let's go check out some ESPN Plus content for Wilder Fury 2 since we're here. We're only going to be live for about another 5 minutes or so because I got to get up out of here, man. But I want to look up something here. Let's see, Wilder. Countdown Wilder. Sunday. Inside Sunday. So this is all the content they have so far. So it seems as though the same content that's coming on Fox is the same content that's going to be coming on ESPN in regards to Wilder versus Fury 2. It's just that Fox gets it first since Wilder is the A side and ESPN gets it second. That's what it's looking like. Well, yeah, because the fighters had the promoters have to make sure they get their money, before the fighters do. It's not the way it was before, where they can just But all right, guys, it was nice hanging out with you for this hour and a half here, but I gotta go. And more importantly, we have a busy week tomorrow. Remember, we're going to be here for the weigh-ins, but also I have a ton of videos I have to do. For example, Joe Joyce versus Daniel Dubois. We have to do Marcus Jean Pascal versus Marcus Brown 2. Tank Davis versus Leo Santa Cruz video. Who's Errol Spence going to fight next? What's up with Keith Thurman? We got videos to do. Oh. So what I'm going to do is tomorrow we're going to be here. And obviously Thursday we're going to be here for these fights. So let me tell you what fights I know for sure that I'm going to be covering on Thursday. I'm talking about post-fight videos, so we know for sure. So obviously I'm doing a Amanda Serrano video, so that's 1. Jake Paul video 2. Roman video 3. Foreman video 4. Andre video 5. So that's 5 post-fight videos on Thursday. Shit. Fortuna versus Luke Campbell, we have to do that video as well. I like Joe Joyce. I like the Juggernaut. But I'm glad he is taking a significant fight because he couldn't afford to 2020 bullshitting around. Like, he's 35 years old. Like, Joe Joyce is not young. Joe Joyce is 35 years old, bros. Nah, I mean, I might add Sims to the rotation. I might. He's 20-0 now. I don't know. See, how it works is, once I cover a fighter once, I always cover them. So I don't know if I'm ready to add him to the rotation yet, bro. That'll be 6 fights. I don't know if I'm ready to add him yet. I mean, I watch all of his fights, but doing a post-fight video is a whole different thing. I don't know. We gonna see. Dubois Joyce Presser, we haven't had that. Oh no, that shit ain't gonna be fire. Are you tripping? That shit is definitely not gonna be fire. Many people think Crawford beats Spence constantly calling on. We gonna see. All right, guys, I'm getting up out of here. I'm TstreeT Controversy with FightView360.com. We cover every single major fight live. Please subscribe. See you guys tomorrow, 5:30 Eastern. We're going to be starting at 5:20 likely for the weigh-in for the Miami Fight Night card. Happening on Thursday. What date is Thursday? January the 30th, 2020.